Hey everybody, it's Attorney Kenneth Stevens from the law firm Stevens, Reed & Armstrong, PLLC. And today what I want to talk to you all about is the concept of governmental immunity. Before I get into that though, I want to know, do you do public work or do you do private work? Or do you do both? Let me know in the comments and let me know why. You know, do you prefer one, or if you prefer one over the other, let me know why. And I think that's relevant to today's discussion because you know, especially if you're on the public side, because governmental immunity will be important to you. What is governmental immunity? Well, the state of Texas is a sovereign entity, and that means that unless the state of Texas says, yes, you can sue us for this, you can't sue them. You have no right to sue the state of Texas unless the state of Texas or the federal government says that you can sue the state of Texas, right? So, what does that mean? Well, it means that a lot of things that we think we can sue the state for, we cannot sue them for. A lot of causes of action that exist for individual private parties or against, you know, certain entities and individuals do not exist against the government. I'll give you a prime example. Let's say you have a public job, right? And the general contractor doesn't pay the subcontractor, right? Well, we know that on a private job, the subcontractor is going to sue everybody up the line. They're going to sue the general contractor. They're going to sue this. If they're a sub, they're going to sue the sub up the line. They're going to sue the general contractor. They're going to sue the owner. You know, everybody. They're going to sue all the way up the line. And even though they only have a contract with one of those parties, they're going to allege all these equitable remedies like unjust enrichment and quantum meruit or meruit, depending on where you are in the state, how you pronounce it. You know, you're going to see all those equitable remedies, and you're going to see breach of contract, and you're going to see, you know, violations of the Construction Trust Fund Act and the Prompt Pay Act, and all these different things going all the way up the line, right? Well, if it's a governmental entity, all of those claims are going to be dismissed in a plea to the jurisdiction. And what does that even mean? Well, some city lawyer or some county lawyer or some state lawyer is going to come in and say, you know, I understand that the subcontractor has not been paid. However, we do not have a contract with the subcontractor, right? And they're going to say the state of Texas or the city or, you know, whatever the entity is a government entity, and we have sovereign immunity from suit unless we have waived it via our legislature, right? So whether if there's not a statute that allows for this company to sue us, then they can't sue us. And so the state, or really the government, has really only waived immunity in limited circumstances, and one of those circumstances is if they breach a contract. The reason being because if, you know, you couldn't sue them for breach of contract, who would ever contract with them, right? However, there is nothing statutorily that allows them to be sued for equitable remedies. So if you're a subcontractor and you're all the way down the line and you don't have a contract with the owner, you can't sue them for unjust enrichment. You can't sue them for equitable remedies. You're pretty much SOL with regard to the owner. So that's something to take into consideration when you get into public work. That's the reason that there's this whole statutory bond scheme that exists, is because, you know, it's there to try to protect the subcontractors from being out in this kind of situation, right? Because only the general contractor is going to have a contract with the owner, which is the public entity. And so everybody else down the line is kind of screwed if the general contractor doesn't pay them, but that's why there's a bond. Anyway, I want to know, do you do public work? Do you like it? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? And I hope this is helpful. I hope this is useful. You all share it. And as always, happy building.
Interviews